Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be talking about the FIT portfolio, the FIT essay. I had promised you guys that I would come up with this video for you guys to understand better what you should do for your FIT portfolio. So I'm again here with my laptop. I'm gonna read out my essay, bits and parts of my essay first, so you get like a overall idea of what your essay is supposed to sound like and look like in order to get accepted. Now this is a very personal thing, you can add whatever you think you want to add into your essay. So I'm going to start with the first line, how I started my essay. So it reads, creativity comes from a conflict of ideas. Donatella Versace. Basically a quote from Donatella Versace. My cauldron of ideas, brimming to the rim, needs a suitable platform to see the light of the day. Now I know it sounds super fancy the way I have started, but that's just how I am. I am extra, and I just wanted my essay to be true to who I am as a person. So this is how I started my essay. Of course you could do it differently. Now I'm gonna read like bits and parts of it, like important aspects and whatever that I have written. Now, something I want to tell you about the FIT essay is that you need to boast about yourself, honey. You need to let them know why you are so special, why you are so different. Don't feel shy to boast about yourself. The first few essays that I wrote in practice, I was super like no, I don't want to write about myself, but that is what you are supposed to do. You're supposed to boast about your achievements, what kind of a person you are, what you can do, and all of those things. So I've clearly written, I'm a hard worker and I believe in working with collaboration instead of being a sour competitor. Okay, so these are things that you need to make them realize that you're not only a lone worker, you don't work you need to make them realize that you don't just work alone, but you can work in a group as a team as well. Okay, so I'm somebody who is able to transform constructive criticism into improving my ideas. Now this is also a line where I'm telling them that I don't take constructive criticism badly. If my teachers, my professors tell me that okay, this is not good, I will make something new out of it. I will make sure to improve. I will take the criticism, I will take the advice and somehow make it better, implement it into my work. So you need to let them know that you are an all-rounder student. You need to make them realize that oh, she's got it all. Okay, I know it sounds so like narcissistic, but that's kind of how it's supposed to be. You are supposed to talk about yourself and what makes you different and why you are such a good student or whatever, why they need you, right? There's another line that I really want to talk to you guys about, because as you already know, I travel a lot. If you're from my Instagram, you know this. So I've written, my family's panache for traveling and exposure therefore makes me a multi-dimensional. I've grown up meeting and interacting with people of different nationalities and culture. I'm sure I'd take to working with individuals from varied nationalities and culture at FIT like a duck takes to water. Now I want you guys to know that of course, like I said, it's fancy and all of that, but the basic point is that I am telling them about me. I travel a lot, so I'm putting that out there. What I got from that traveling, I'm putting it out there. I'm letting them know what I gained out of traveling, how it adds to my personality. That is what you are supposed to do. Any personal experience that you have, you need to write about in that 750 word essay. I think it's 700 words or 750, I'm not really sure, you'll have to check it out. But yeah, so that was about the essay. Boast about yourself, talk about your experience. It's almost like your resume. Explain yourself as a person. They really want to get to know you. There's no other way of getting to know you for them. So this essay should be it. They should get to know you as a person through this essay. As you probably already know, there's 3 parts to your portfolio. Actually 4, essay is one of those. But yeah, essentially there are 3 projects that you need to work on. So FIT expects you to have a mood board for it, and you should be inspired by that mood board for your mix and match project and also for your other fashion design artwork project. Now a lot of people choose to have different inspirations for their artwork project, which is your fashion artwork project, but I would recommend you to draw your inspiration from the same mood board that you made your mix and match project from. What this will do is make FIT realize that you are capable of making a collection out of a single inspiration, which is what they want to really see. Of course, they want to see your different skills, how you draw, how you, if you can do some digital work, which is great. So if you are able to add some digital elements to your sketches, it would be great. It's a +1 always. So I have my mood board right here in front of me. I'm going to insert a picture right here for you guys to see as well. Now here you see a lot of pastel tones, you see a lot of summery tones, and you also see like a little bit of a denim fabric right here, and you see all these paintings of spring and all of that. I don't know if it's already obvious, but I wanted to make it obvious that my collection was for spring summer of 2020. Now at the time when I was designing this, summer was not here, and which is why I chose 2020 spring and summer. Now the tones here are very, what can I say, synchronized, and my inspiration for this collection was a trip I took to Venice. Now this trip I took when I think back in 2017, and that trip really inspired me. I've also inserted like a picture of Venice and the gondolas and all of that, and the lanes and the colorful buildings, because they really match with my theme, and that is what my main inspiration was. I also have like a picture of this lady who basically does all of these installation kind of things, and if you look really closely, there's like this triangle thing with strings on it. That inspired me. The flowers inspired me. The tiles inspired me. Everything in this mood board is something that I have drawn inspiration from in my artwork project as well as my mix and match project. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my first design. I'm not going to show you all of my designs. I'm just going to show you the best 3 designs, and hopefully you will get a fair idea of what quality of work they expect from you. Now first I'm going to talk about the mix and match project, and I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to do in your mix and match project. So I'm just going to insert a picture of the designs that I'm talking about so you guys can understand better. Now the first design that you see right here are these really simple sort of flared pants, and they have this striped fabric. They're like nice linen fabric with a coral pink sort of stripe, which you already saw in my mood board. If you notice through this entire collection, my mood board and my drawings, my designs are very cohesive, and that is a very important thing for FIT portfolio. Make sure your designs are very cohesive and absolutely look like a professional collection. Now I'm not trying to intimidate you at all, of course, and so in the mix and match project, you are supposed to design one top, one jacket, and a skirt and a pant. Okay, so it's up to you how you sort of maneuver your designs and mix and match the thing. But one thing that you need to remember is your top needs to be the common element in both these designs. So how you style it is up to you. Now of course you have to do fabric swatches. If you did not know this, please note this down. Whatever designs you are making, you are supposed to add fabric swatches, real fabric swatches of those designs. Now it could be a digital one, but then it obviously has to be a scanned one. It cannot be a picture just from the internet. It actually has to be a real fabric. So I went for fabric sourcing to Bangalore. I went all out, but you don't need to do that. Wherever you find it comfortable. Since I was not in Bombay, I was back in my college in Kannur. So I just thought that I was not able to find a lot of fabrics that I desired. Hence, I went to Bangalore to source my fabrics. But that's absolutely up to you what you want to do about it. So yes, so I have a denim fabric right here. You also have to mention what weave are these fabrics. If they are plain weave, if they are twill weave or basket weave or whichever weave they are. I'm sure you guys have learned already what weaves are if you are in a fashion college. Or you have to look it up online, research a little bit. It's not that tough to figure out, and there's umpteen YouTube videos on how you can figure out what weave a fabric is. Now Now I'm going to tell you something. FIT does not restrict you to use just woven fabrics. You can also use knitwear fabrics as your swatches in your designs. So I'm going to explain this design to you. It's basically a nice little denim jacket, and the jacket has no buttons or anything. It's almost like a small coatee, and it has these small little frills right here, and it has those big shoulders with shoulder pads. I really like those. And the pants are really just very simple and breathable. Like I said, the idea behind these designs was a spring summer gateway to Venice, and which is why I think these aesthetics really match with the vacation vibe as well as the spring summer vibe, right? So you also see this top. I've inserted the fabric. It's beautiful. It's a Akoba fabric with cut work or perforated fabric, whichever way you want to call it. And that is about that. Next, okay, so next one is, give me a moment, I'll just get back. So next is basically the second mix and match. Basically, like I said, you have to make two outfits. So again, you see the top, which is common right here, and then the skirt that you have to design, which is compulsory, by the way, guys. So note it down: a top, a jacket, a skirt, and a bottom, of course. Now the skirt, I will explain my inspiration. So I'm not sure if you can see, but you see this fabric right here, which is I basically took a very pale pink sort of net and then pleated it over a peach fabric. Why I did that, if you notice in the mood board, the triangle that was there and there were lines in it, it just kind of replicates that idea. So I used that design element. So basically in the middle, on the two sides of the skirt, there'll be like transparent paneling in between, which I think gives a really cool asymmetric vibe. And even in the installation, you must have noticed these sort of amoeba like installments, and which is why I used 3 denim fabrics. Actually, I used 2 denim fabrics, and the other one I dyed it a little darker using my hair color, by the way. So yeah, that was a funny story right there. And then I also have these frills. Now these frills are very consistent. You see them on the top. You've seen them in the jacket element as well. So like I said, it has to be a very cohesive, nicely done mix and match project. And it should just look like, oh, it's meant to be together. And you can, you know, throw this here, that there, and it would still look very cohesive. Now we're going to move on to the fashion artwork project. And fashion artwork project, I am just going to show you 2 of my designs, and hopefully that'll make you understand what standard you are expected to sort of go by. Now this design right here is super special to me because I just think it's so unique. Like, I don't know how many of you guys think the same, but I think it's pretty unique. So again, I have the linen pants. Now my fabrics are also cohesive. In a collection, you must have noticed, any collection made by a designer, mostly the fabrics are very cohesive or repetitive with along with other different fabrics or same tone of fabrics. Now again, I've used 4 types of Akoba fabric, perforated fabric. For those of you who don't know, I absolutely love cutwork fabrics. So basically in the mood board, if you had noticed, there were installments which look like, sort of like I said, amoeba like structures, and that is sort of where I got my inspiration from. You see these boards which are like half semicircle cut, and मेरे को उससे inspiration आया कि I can sort of use that shape in my design, which is why you see the top design as those shape as well. That's the best I can explain it, to be honest. And then of course the linen pants, and the side of the linen pants there is the cut work white color Akoba fabric. So yeah, I think it's an asymmetrical one, and it is cinched in the waist by again a linen band. I think it looks very sophisticated. It gives you that very Italian Venice sort of vibe. At least it does to me. So yeah, your labeling has to be very important part of your design. Make sure you label everything, all the fabrics, what it's made of, cotton, polyester, georgette, whatever it is made of, label it. What weave it is, label it. And make sure you make their work easy when the person judging your FIT portfolio in FIT should not have any doubts in your design. Everything should be very clear and crisp. So yeah, that is that. Now the next design that I'm gonna show you is a more modern sort of street style kind of design. I just thought that not everybody on a vacation wants to wear I don't know, girly clothes. I would say some people prefer wearing street style clothes, so this is where that style evolved from. It does have those girly aspects, the flower cut work fabric going in, so half of it right here, and then you also see like half of that denim. So denim has also been a consistent fabric in my assignment. Now what I would like to say is that you actually have to imagine that if these clothes were made in real, how they would look and feel of fabric, everything. Okay, you just have to visualize everything and work accordingly, and I'm sure your designs are going to turn out to be brilliant, so don't worry. So this is a lightweight, medium weight sort of denim, and I have made these super cute sort of bands right here in this shape, which is also inspired by the mood board. Again, the flower, you see a lot of those floral print cut work fabrics because, like I said, inspired by the mood board and inspired by the whole spring summer bloom sort of vibe. And now in these jean pants, you see that on the side there's like cut work again, which is actually literally fraying, and then it's attached and there's more triangle strips attached to it. Now this again very evidently from the mood board. In that triangle you see those lines, I think that's where it came from. And the sweetheart neck gives it a more feminine vibe while still keeping it very street style. So I think the basic idea of creating your collection is that it should all look like it's a part of one collection. And the second thing is it should all look like, okay, all these can be mixed and matched. Now say if I take this top with the white linen pants, it's still gonna look bomb.com, and that is how you need to visualize it. The collection should be such that when it's made in real life, it can still be mixed and matched and it looks very cohesive. Now you can choose to not have a cohesive fashion artwork project, which is your second project, not the mix and match, the second artwork project. But like I said, I recommend you to go with the same cohesive theme. It really shows them that as a designer, you can have a really nice collection which looks very good together. And a lot of people prefer to take different inspirations. Suppose you send in 5 artwork projects and then you sort of have like something picked out from them, some inspiration of wood, some inspiration of fire. You can do all of that, but I just wanted to have one single theme, so that is that. Now we're gonna move. Oh, before I move on, make sure you have at least 5 artwork project designs, and you have to do a back and front sketch. So yeah, keep that in mind. Keep working guys, rest, leave it up to your destiny. It's all going to be okay. Make sure you don't leave any sort of doubt in your mind. Have all the procedures, lay down the fabrics and visualize your designs before you put them on paper. Now I'm going to talk about the sewing project. Now my sewing project, the inspiration for each and every one of those designs was different. It was basically the elements of fire, water and earth. Now you need to have 9 pictures. You can make a collage and add in more pictures, whatever is suitable for you. So I'm going to show you 2 of my designs. So my elements were, I forgot to mention, air was also an element. I'm going to show you the water one. Now I'm sure you guys must have seen this one on my Instagram. I did post it. So basically, as you see, it looks like the ripples of water. I literally took 4.5 days to create this because I literally had to take a single layer of fabric and push it up, pin it all the way and steam press it. So yeah, this was a difficult one to do, but yeah, like I said, I had to have it cohesive. So I have this sweetheart neckline going on again, and of course the blue tones which were also there in my previous design. Now the next one that I want to show you, because I'm a paranoid person, instead of doing just 4 designs, I actually did 5 designs, which is crazy because I think the requirement is only of 3 garments, but yeah, I just had to have a few extras. The skirt design that I made, make sure your sewing is very neat. You have to send them zoom in pictures of the zip, the closure, the seams and everything. Now this next design that you see is from the element earth. It's the inspiration of the bird's eye view of a field basically. So see like different colors, it's like different fields and you know different flora and fauna. So there's different colors of green, there's a little bit of a mustard yellow which represents maybe like a sunflower field sort of thing going on, and there's black sand soil represented by the darkest green. And yeah, so basically that was the inspiration. Pretty simple, nothing too crazy, but if you do notice, the stitching is very neat. It's like squares cut and stitched together, so you have to make sure it looks very crisp. The square should look like a square, not a rounded circle, right? So make sure you take your own time to stitch to make sure that everything looks super crisp, which is what they really look at. And make sure you send them pictures of closures so they know that you know how to attach zips, hooks, whatever you are using. And make sure you send them even close-ups of how you've finished your garment. So turn them around and like send them a small picture in a collage or something. Because there's a restriction that you can upload only 9 pictures, I smartly just made collages out of all of these pictures so that I could send them more designs as well, and also more detailed pictures of every garment that I made. Now if you are like me and you hate stitching and you're really bad at it, I would recommend you to take training under a tailor who has been working in the industry for quite some time, so that he knows all these modern designs and is able to guide you how to stitch, and who has the time and patience to do it. Because if you're just gonna go to an old guy, he's probably not gonna have the patience. Go with somebody who's younger who can teach you. Even if in your class you have somebody who can help you out with it, please go for it. Please go for some kind of training if you are as bad as I was at stitching. But this training really helped me bring out those talents. And look at the garments, I mean they really look like they could be sold in a boutique, right? And I'm really proud of these garments that I made. So I hope that my advice was helpful to you guys. One last thing that I want to tell you, when you will be submitting your essay, there will be a small section that will have a question, something like if your professor criticizes you, what would you do or how would you react? Now that question is basically a trick question. You are supposed to deal with it very nicely. You are supposed to say something like how you would react, right? So take constructive criticism nicely. You would take their advice, something like that, whatever comes to your mind and how you would react to it. Of course it should be a positive one. Write about that. So I think that's not very long, maybe 200 words or something. I hope I was able to help you guys visualize what your portfolio is supposed to look like. So I hope you guys all get into FIT. Best of luck and work hard, keep at it. I'm sure you will get in. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.